Tough Crowd Stands Up with Colin Quinn. Featuring Nick DiPaolo, Greg Giraldo, Judy Gold, Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neal, Keith Robinson, and Rich Voss. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Quinn.
So much. I'll tell you what. Thank you so much, folks. It's true. Well, folks, you know what? Thank you, and get it out now, because I'm the biggest name on this show, unless you... But I'm glad you guys came to the Tough Crowd special, because let me tell you something about these people back here. First of all, Tough Crowd, the beauty of it is that everybody just says whatever they want about anyone's race, ethnicity, and there's religion. And let me tell you something. You know, you need that today, first of all. Even my own religion, I like, you know, Catholicism, and it's a fine religion, but... Yeah. And that, you know, it's hard... All right, even my own religion, I'll be honest with you. We had a couple of gay priests growing up, I'm not going to lie. There was always the one you had to watch out for, you know? We had this one guy, he helped me pick out my confirmation name, then I find out years later, there's no saint named Miss Saigon. You know, but you were a kid. Folks, you don't know everything. I don't know all the saints now. Can you name them? You do. You have to have ethnic humor. And, you know, and I grew up in Brooklyn. It was all about, people would just insult each other. People would make fun of each other's races. That's the way it went. And even my family now, my family is half black and half white. My sister's married to a guy from St. Lucia. She got 4 kids. My brother's married to a girl from Trinidad. They just had a baby. You know, it's like, that's how we picked our, you know, our life partners in my family. By stops on the Carnival cruise lines. That's how we do it. You know, you see our family's pictures look like the line at Department of Motor Vehicles. You see the family portraits. You know, and let me tell you something. There's always racial tension. People don't like to talk about it. Cops and blacks, always racial tension between cops and blacks. And it's ironic because in today's society, cops all talk like black kids and black kids all talk like cops because they're in the same neighborhood. You don't see any cop, they pull a kid over, it's like, oh, my man, come here for a second. Oh, you. Well, nobody's sweating you, nobody's trying to sweat you, come here. Yeah, they always give him a little nickname. Hey, Tupac, come here for a second, I want to go. Ooh, what are you doing? Oh, you're representing and he's perpetrating, or how do you work it? Well, he perpetrates and you represent, what are you doing here? Big pimping, huh? All right. And all the black kids, they talk like cops. You know, anytime there's a cop incident, they're on the sidelines giving you the whole lowdown. No, that's a 415. He ain't going to take him in for that. No, they got to let him go. No, that's the lieutenant. He don't get out of the car. You're going to make the sergeant go. Yo, Blue, why you got to cuff him so tight, Blue? What else? Racial. On the train. You ever get on a train and at the next stop, Hip Hop High School gets on? That's a comfortable one. Holy God. 1 minute it's like, 1 minute I'm, you know, sitting there, and a minute later you're in like a JC video, you know, 400 kids. Like 400 kids in do-rags throwing snow caps at each other, you know. Sitting there like a lizard on a rock. Holy mother, huh? What's the other one? You always see, and, oh, here's the other. First of all, you can't acknowledge, yeah, we're all trying to get along in the world, folks, but let's not pretend there aren't little. Anytime I'm in a Korean grocery and a black dude walks in, there's tension. I don't care who. I'm not imagining it. I thought the first 50 times I'm imagining it, but that's how it goes. First of all, the black dudes don't help, walks in. Yo, where do you keep the sodas? Doesn't even stop, just starts walking in the back. Anyway, they got the Korean guys set up. They got, like, you know, the Korean deli. It's got the, you know, they got the 40-year-old guy stocking the shelves while the 10-year-old kid works the register, you know? Kids doing trigonometry homework while they're, you know? You got the, you know, you got the 50-year-old, like, all the, they have like 6 Mexican guys outside guarding 11 bruised peaches or some shit, you know? You know? And they got the, right? That's what you see in there. And they got the 103-year-old grandfather sitting on a crate picking snow peas at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know? That's not very nice. He spent his first, like, 80 years of life, like, in this idyllic valley somewhere in some Asiatic beautiful place. His last 2 years on the planet is him wrestling a pack of sour cream and onion potato chips out of some kid's North Face, you know? That was kind of sad, but, you know, it's the truth. But, folks, that's what it all comes down to. And let's face the facts. Everybody in New York has lost their minds anyway. People, You know, they try to, even when they try to be nice, you know, it's like they just can't, that's why I can tell. It's not that people in New York are tougher than anywhere. It's a cruelty level when you're waking up, you know? When you're growing up, people just come up, they make fun of your family, your house, your mother. You can always tell who's raised in New York by how they take a compliment when they're an adult, you know? You're like, hey, nice haircut. Screw you, what's wrong with it? No. Oh, I said it was nice. Yours is nice, too. Oh, last night a DJ saved my life, folks. Thank you very much. I guess that's time. Thank you. Folks, thank you so much.
Coming up, Nick DiPaolo, Greg Giraldo, and Judy Gold. When Tough Crowd Stands Up continues.
This comedian come to the stage, a very funny guy. He's as Italian as somebody cursing at you out of their car. Please welcome Nick DiPaolo, everybody.
How about a hand for Colin Quinn's vinyl vest? He looks like Johnny Cash if he grew up on Christopher Street, you know? I lost some weight for the show, you know? My buddy tells me the best way to lose weight, don't eat after 7 o'clock. Well, that's good if you go to bed after Jeopardy, you know? What if you keep the hours of a crack whore like I do, you know? I'm not going to bed till 4 a.m. I don't think that Pop-Tart at 4 p.m. is going to tide me over. You know? By midnight, I'm chasing my cat with a knife and a bottle of steak sauce. You know? So, they talked me into trying that all-protein diet, you know? They didn't tell me it takes the same effort to move your bowels as it does a 3-bedroom apartment, you know? Oh. My colon was blocked up for weeks. It looked like the Holland Tunnel on a long weekend at 5 o'clock, and I was like, if you want to lose weight, do what I do. Get food poisoning twice a year. Seriously. I got food poisoning a month ago. Stay away from the tuna fish at LaGuardia Airport. I ate like 3 of these sandwiches, and I realized they made them to celebrate the opening of LaGuardia in 1946. I'm like, hey, these are delicious. About 2 hours later, I thought I was miscarrying Satan's child. You know? I'm sitting there watching TV. There's a pitchfork sticking out of my ass. What's going on here? I'm sweating like a Catholic priest at a Little League game. You know? It's like, one good thing about food poisoning, you look like you're in shape for the next 3 days, right? You're all dehydrated. Hey, I'm ripped. I'm cut up, you know? Friends are like, Nick, you been going to the gym? No, I've been going to Terminal D at Continental. That's right. I don't have to stay in shape anymore. I just got married, folks. Yeah. I wouldn't applaud that because I dated her for 9 years. That's like applauding for a guy with his first major league home run in his 33rd season. You know, it's like, yeah, it's about time, jackass. You know. My buddy dated his girlfriend for 14 years before he married. I go, that's a long time. He goes, hey, you don't buy a car without test driving it. Yeah, you don't put 100,000 miles on the test car either. You know? Last thing you want is her having engine problems on your wedding night. You know. Hey, she won't turn over. Maybe she's flooded. She had 14 margaritas, you know? I'm Catholic, so I had to go to pre-Cana class before I got married. That's when I had to go to a Catholic priest, and he was going to tell me how to live with a woman the rest of my life. Anybody see the irony in that? It's not like I'm marrying a 12-year-old Filipino boy, you know? It's like a... I'm like, when's the last time you were on a date, Father? And throwing a wig on an altar boy doesn't count, you know? It's like, yeah, I know, that's edgy. I'm the one f***ing the kids, not him. You're right. You guys are a nice crowd because I haven't heard a cell phone yet. I just bought my first cell phone. I was the last guy in the country to fall for this scam. I had better reception on my CB radio I made out of wood in high school in 1978. I'm talking to my buddy yesterday. It's like... I'm like, you're still in Europe? He said, no, I'm in your f***ing driveway. I'm paying my phone company $100 a month to give me brain cancer, you know? What listing, please? Sloan Kettering Hospital? I got a lump on my nut the size of Fudgy the Whale. I'd like to change my plan, please. What plan do you want? I don't know. How about the friends and family with matching bone marrow? Do you have that plan? These phones don't even ring anymore. They play like the national anthem, you know? I'm on the bus yesterday. This guy's phone rang like 3 times. Half of us stood up for our gold medals. You know what I'm saying? How about when you're in a car, you're at a red light, and there's somebody crossing the street on a cell phone, and the light turns green, and you beep, and they ignore you like they don't hear you, and you beep again, and they ignore you, and then you gun it and run them over and stick them into your back tire. And then you go, can you hear me now? Thanks a lot, folks. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Oh, Nick DiPaolo.
Come on.
Nick DiPaolo. Oh, Nick. Oh, he's a funny...
Should I leave now?
Yeah. We're trying to do something a little on this show, too, where we kind of, like, play around with each other between these shows, you know what I mean? It's probably going to bomb, but we're going to do it anyway. And so I come out, Nick, first thing I think off the top of my head is... Why do you have to use the F word twice when you know we got to cut it out of special? It's very self-indulgent.
Well, actually, Colin, I realized I was going long because I didn't know I was going to get a f***ing applause break after every joke, so I figured I'd use the F word. They'd cut that out.
You were a prisoner of your own...
My own greatness, yes.
I understand.
This is great. Who thought of this banter to take away from the energy I just created? I'm getting out of here. Take it easy.
Still to come, Greg Giraldo, Judy Gold, and Jim Norton when Tough Crowd Stands Up returns. You're watching Friday Night Stand Up, only on Comedy Central.
But this next guy is a very funny comedian. He says Colombian is a trunk full of pure grade. On Wadsworth Avenue. I don't know. Playing to the home crowd with that one. Please, great comedian Greg Giraldo, everybody.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Well, it's great to be here in New York City. How can it be any hotter and muggier? Everybody's walking around half naked. You're not supposed to stare. That cleavage is... You know what? I'm sorry. I'm getting too old to walk around the streets and not... I mean, you can't not stare at the cleavage. And today it was raining, which, you know, even worse. There's just cleavage everywhere. You can't not look at it. And I love the women are shocked when the guys are staring. They're like, what are you looking at? What is everyone looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? This friend of mine told me, she goes, yeah, I dress this way to attract a guy, but I want to attract the right guy. I don't want to attract every slob on the street. That's how cleavage works. It's not a smart bomb. It's not a laser-guided weapon. You know, you might hit your target. There's also going to be a lot of collateral damage. That's just the way it goes. You might hit the guy in the Porsche. You're also going to hit the guy with one tooth driving by on the bus, and you got to accept it. You should just be happy you have that kind of power over men. There's nothing I can do to have that power over women. I can't walk around my balls pressed together. You know, what's up, girl? Was I speeding, officer? Oh, well. So what happened to the world? Wasn't there supposed to be peace and prosperity at the end of the Cold War? All of a sudden, it's like the most dangerous time in history. There's all these diseases. Everybody's got nuclear weapons. Everybody hates us. Everybody's got nuclear weapons. India, Pakistan, North Korea. India and Pakistan have nuclear weapons. How did they get nuclear weapons? Those are dirt poor countries. Their armies don't even have matching uniforms, for Christ's sake. You know, they go to war, they got to call each other up. Wear something tough looking. North Korea, of course. North Korea, that's a dangerous place. And people say, hey, why don't we invade North Korea? We attacked Iraq. Why don't we go into North Korea? Isn't it hypocritical? We should attack North Korea. Why don't we do it? I'll tell you why, folks. First of all, because the North Koreans probably know karate, all right? You don't just jump into something like that. You know how long it would take to enroll the entire 10th Mountain Division in karate classes in every crappy strip mall and every crappy town in New Jersey? You know, we'd have to fly Mr. Miyagi into the 82nd Airborne and teach him how to wax on and wax off and all the fancy moves. Terrorism, you know, the terrorism is it's obviously, it's on everybody's mind, you know. The other day, my son says to me, Daddy, how come the bad men hate us? How come the bad men hate us? How sad is that? I actually got tears in my eyes. Because he's 18. What kind of a moron am I raising? I said, I don't know why they hate us, dummy. Why don't you read the paper and form your own opinions? He's not going to read the paper. Americans, we don't read the paper. We don't know what goes on in other countries. I was talking to this Arab guy the other day, and he said, why do the Americans always support the Israelis? He said, it's probably because in America the Jews have all the money and they control the media, which is ridiculous and paranoid and really only part of it. Americans don't really understand what's going on between the Israelis and the Palestinians. So basically, Americans support the Israelis for one reason, because the Israelis never do this. That's really it. That's it. It's not the most sophisticated worldview, but that's pretty much it. And the average American's like, man, I don't know what's going on over there, but I don't like that. I know that. I'm going with the team that ain't doing that. That I don't like. I hope I'm not changing gears too abruptly here, but I hate people who eat with chopsticks. I don't mean Asian people. I mean other people who learn to eat with chopsticks later in life, because they always go to like Asian restaurants and they have such a smug, self-satisfied look on their face as they do it. Oh, I'll just be using the chopsticks. It'll be just chopsticks for me. I've traveled extensively throughout Asia. I'm very familiar with your ways. I'll be just going with the chopsticks. I'll take the liberty of ordering for our party. We'll have the hong ching chow. I'm very sophisticated. I'm a world traveler. I believe I mentioned that earlier. You think there's an American restaurant somewhere in Beijing where the locals get to pat themselves on the back for eating with silverware? You know? It's like, I go with the fork. Oh, I'm a real world traveler. Speaking of irritating, pretentious people, that show, Queer Eye for a Straight Guy, has been getting a lot of ratings. People love that show. Yeah, that's a great idea for a show. You get 4 gay guys that try to make a straight guy gayer. That's a good idea for a show. I like it. We used to just call that Boy Scout camp, but now they got a whole show. It's a good idea. And gay marriage, of course, gay marriage is always in the news. How can anybody care about gay marriage? Who cares if gay guys get married or not? I think all gay guys should get married. I think they should have to get married. I think they should have to get married. They should have to adopt kids. Because actually, I'm getting tired of their happy-go-lucky lifestyle. I've had it. I've had it with them being all happy and in shape and everything else. You know, I could look good in denim short shorts and combat boots, too, if I had all day to do leg presses at the gym. You know what I mean? I have 2 kids, and man, it's brutal. It's so hard to raise kids. It's so much harder than I even thought. And I was telling somebody how hard it is, and the guy told me, yeah, I know. I don't have any kids, but I have, I have dogs. I know how hard it is with dogs. A lot of responsibility. People always want to compare their dogs to having kids. That's insulting. First of all, nobody has a dog because they were too drunk to pull out. All right, that's the first thing. It's just a fact. You know? Nobody's having a 3-day fight with their wife about whether to circumcise the dog. Because that's the big decision now. You got to decide to get them circumcised. It's like you know, even before the kids are born, you got to have these. You got to make these decisions. You know, if it's a boy, do we get him circumcised? If it's a girl, do we keep her? It's a hard decision to make. You got to decide these things. And a doctor was telling me, you know, a lot of people aren't getting their kids circumcised. A lot of people aren't doing it. How many people aren't doing it? I'm not looking to be a trendsetter when it comes to my kid's penis. You know what I mean? I don't want my kid to be the only guy in the locker room with a schlong that looks like it's about to rob a bank. I'm not looking to make any statements. And then, and you got to breastfeed. That's the big thing. You got to breastfeed. And if you're not the one breastfeeding, you lose all the power in every relationship. Because it's like, well, I'm an earth mother. I sustain life with just my natural body. I'm a goddess. I did all the breastfeeding. Of course you did all the breastfeeding. You have all the breasts. Of course you have. What was I supposed to do? And they tell you to do it forever now. It's like you got to breastfeed for like years. Every day there's a new study in the paper about the magical powers of breastfeeding. It's like you have magic powers in those breasts. It's like, hey, if you nurse for 5 years, the kid will learn to fly. He really will. Stick with it. And that's too long, you know, because at the beginning, my wife nursed our son till he was a year old, or a little over a year. That's too long. At the beginning, it's cute. There's an adorable little baby there. But by 11, 12 months, there's a dude there now, you know? There's some little dude is slobbering all over my wife's breasts in my own house. And he's, you know, listen, he's my son, and I love him more than anything, but it got a little awkward between us. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it's true. It got a little awkward. I'd walk in the room, we'd lock eyes, he'd be like... Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Greg Giraldo.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Giraldo, everybody. Oh, baby.
Hello, Colin.
Will you do a little,
Oh, are we going to do a little thing?
I still want to try it. You're not going to pull a DiPaolo on me. I ain't leave me flat like that flat lever did.
No. I'll hang out here with you as long as you want, boss.
Thanks, Greg. So, well, I don't know. I was watching the bit. Hilarious as always. I kind of thought the Chinese chopsticks bit was a little strange, you know?
Yeah, a little out
I
of
use
context.
chopsticks myself, and I was proud. It took a little while to learn how to use them, you know? It's a little minor accomplishment there. I'm sitting in a restaurant, use my chopsticks, a minor victory in a world of failure, and you're going to be judging me? And you're going to be giving me a hard time nudging your friends? Look at that idiot with his chopsticks. I don't call
Look
that
at that guy trying to raise himself above his Brooklyn roots with a pretentious little pose like this with his little
Jesus.
sticks. That'll work.
Thank you, Greg. It's
Colin,
nice to talk to you.
This has been fun. Thank you, buddy.
More Tough Crowd Stands Up with Judy Gold, Jim Norton, and Patrice O'Neal coming up Wednesday.
This next woman has let me touch her breast every time I've seen her for the past 12... It's a true story. Even though she's a lesbian, she's let me touch her breast every time I've seen her for the past 12 years. And they're still, I have to say, very firm, which is kind of impressive. Please, very funny, Judy Gold, everybody. Judy.
I actually touch Colin's penis every time I see him. So, no, it's great to be here. I am so happy to be doing a show for Comedy Central. I am so sick of watching these reality shows on television. It's unbelievable. Isn't it getting on your nerves? I can't take it. Everything is a reality show. Sports is a reality show. I'm watching the Olympics. All right, they've completely turned the Olympics into a reality program. Before every competition, they always profile one of the athletes. Have you noticed every Olympic athlete has had the most miserable, tragic life? It is unbelievable. No, I'm watching the swimming in Australia. A couple of years ago, I felt like such a loser. In lane 4 is Svetlana Mashakova. She's swimming with 2 broken legs she got as she was pushing her parents out of a moving train as they were escaping persecution. In lane 6 is Alana Lalasheva. This is her first competition since climbing Mount Everest and falling. In lane 9 is Michelle Navarro. She's dead. She died last Friday. She's floating in lane 9, and she's the favorite in this category. I've got 2 kids. Yeah, right out of the vagina. Let me say one thing about the vagina. Seriously. No, the fact that vagina gets so enormous to let the baby out, it is such a miracle, and that it never goes back to its original elasticity. In fact, I'm peeing right now, ladies and gentlemen. But wait, let me finish. Did you just look down to see if there was pee coming out? Did you? it's great. As Colin said in my intro, because I wanted him to, yeah, I am a lesbian, and I actually have a partner, Sharon. And Sharon and I each had a child. Sharon had our first child, Henry. He's 7, and I adopted him, and I had Ben, and he's 2, and she adopted him. And it's great, because everyone's always like, oh, my God, you have 2 kids? Which pregnancy was harder? I'm like, oh, the first one was a breeze. I didn't feel anything. I didn't gain any weight. My tits didn't hurt. But we used an anonymous sperm donor, which I know is very fascinating to a lot of people. So people are always trying to get information out of me by asking me the stupidest questions. So a couple of weeks ago, I was with the baby, and this woman comes up to me and goes, oh, my God, he is so cute. Now, who do you think he looks like? I'm like, your husband, okay? But it's tough. It's really tough raising the kids. You know, Greg was talking about it. You know, they're cute, and then they get annoying. I can't stand it. Henry, the older one, he's 7 now. He's sitting on the couch the other day. He's into this thing where he ignores me. I can't stand it anymore. So he's sitting on the couch. I'm like, Henry, nothing. So finally, I yell his name. Then he goes, can't you see I'm doing something? What are you, deaf? And I said, first of all, you do not talk to me like that. And second of all, it's what are you, blind, okay? Idiots. Love you people. It's attractive. But, no, it's great. Henry's definitely straight. You can kind of tell. And I realize he is going to totally use this whole 2-mom thing to get girlfriends. I swear to God, when he gets older, you know, I really understand women. I have 2 moms. Could you do me right now? All right, great. That feels great. And I know what you're feeling right now. But I feel sorry for him because, you know what? He has 2 Jewish mothers, and that would really make me want to kill myself. But I know. Sad. Yeah, my mother, Jewish mother, very supportive of my relationship. I can never forget when Henry was born, she didn't know how to explain it to her friends. So I swear to God, this is what she used to say to people. Judith's roommates had a baby, and then Judith adopted him. Yeah, Ma, we were splitting the rent, so I figured, you know, I should probably pay for half of the kids. What the hell is that? Out of her mind. She loves the kids, though. It's so funny. We go to her house. She does not know what to do with the kids. So I swear to God, a couple of weeks ago, we go to her house, and we walk in. She's sitting in some room depressed. Anyway, Henry walks in. He's like, hey, Grandma. Ben's running around. I'm chasing after him. And I hear Henry and my mother in the other room having a great time. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? I walk in. They're taking each other's blood pressure. Okay, how psychotic is that? No, that she thinks that's an activity to do with your grandchild. I mean, she's completely... Those are the Jews. You know who I was thinking? I was really thinking about who must have the most annoying Jewish mother, and Joseph Lieberman. I was thinking about this, running for president, and is Orthodox Jew. His mother must be so obnoxious. I can't even imagine. And first of all, he's going to be running for president, campaigning in the fall, which is Jew season, okay? And he's an Orthodox... No, seriously, when does this guy plan on working? I can't even imagine his answering machine message during the last campaign. You've reached the office of Joseph Lieberman. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday, 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on Fridays. We're open from sunrise to sunset. We'll be closed September 29th and 30th for the Jewish festival of Rosh Hashanah. We'll close October 6th through the 8th for Kol Nidre and Yom Kippur. We'll close October 16th through the 21st for Sukkot. We'll close October 29th and 30th for Simchas Torah. Joseph will be out of the office on November 3rd for my daughter's bat mitzvah. Thank you for calling in. Shalom! Thank you very much.
Judy Gold. Judy, yes. What an appointment.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
It's true. So good. Thank you for staying out.
Now I have to thank people for staying out for something that benefits me not at all. This is pathetic. Let me ask you one question.
Yeah,
now.
okay.
I was watching the bit and I was thinking, Judy, she really does always let me touch her breast, and she obviously respects my comedy. How could she not in the business? And why would you go with spin the dice, the roulette, and not even ask me if maybe, you know?
Why? Yeah. Think about what that says.
Right.
Somebody you know that supposedly you like.
Yeah.
You know? Why would you not at least ask me to be a donor?
Well, we talked about it and talked about it.
What?
And then we talked about it.
You guys did?
Yeah.
And what did you decide?
Richard Simmons.
Thank you, darling.
Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neal, and Keith Robinson when Tough Crowd Stands Up returns.
Okay, coming up, this next guy's credits include he worked as a fluffer on Seabiscuit. Please welcome Mr. Jim Norton, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys sound like a really nice crowd. You're going to have to really work with me tonight. I have been fiercely depressed. I had a 3-year relationship end this week. No, it's all right, man. You ever regret killing someone? No, I wish it were that simple. It was a 3-year relationship, and I started to have erection difficulties. And we had different ideas as to what the problem was. She bought me Viagra. I bought her a treadmill. I mean, I think that's fair. I'm all about compromise. I'll eat a pill. Just get on the machine, you monstrosity. And I do realize that monstrosity is not politically correct. It's plus-size person. I don't even know what plus size means. Human plus elephant equals her? First time I ever heard that awful expression, I'm in a bar and I'm talking to a girl and she's really sweet. She's like 500 pounds. We're just talking. And I'm like, what do you do for a living? And she's like, I'm a plus size model, which was kind of nice because then I could tell all my friends, like, yeah, I banged a model. You know, you just leave out the plus size part. They're like, really? What does she model? Dome stadiums? And to answer your next question, yes, I do realize that I'm not a visual treat. I don't mind people looking for attention. I'm just sick of people in our country looking for attention, but doing it under the guise of social or political consciousness. Like this awful Muslim woman in Florida who sued the state because she wanted her driver's license photo taken with the veil on. What rational part of your psyche tells you that that will be an acceptable form of identification? Miss, we have to take your picture and put it on the license so if the police pull you over, they can identify you. Okay. No, they need to identify you in 2003 America, not as a stormtrooper in The Empire Strikes Back, stupid. And of course, her predictable, cliched response, well, I wanted things to be just like they are in a traditional Muslim country, which would be fine if I could beat her on a street corner with a stick. And while you're at it, hand over that clitoris. You won't be using that anytime soon. And here's the kicker. She wasn't raised in Yemen or Saudi Arabia. She was an American white lady who converted a couple years ago. Because you remember, after the '93 Trade Center bombing, it was all the rave. This middle-aged, fraudulent bitch, she just wanted attention. That's all it was about. She wanted people to walk up to her, hey, wasn't that you that I read about in the newspapers? You know, yeah, I'm surprised you recognize me. I believe in my religion. You know who else believes in their religion and only shows the slits of their eyes? The Ku Klux Klan. But if one of these retards wanted their license photo taken with a little hat on, you'd laugh at him. We're not taking your picture like that. You're dressed like a tampon. Get out of here. but because it's religion in America, we have to act like it might have some merit, you know. Because I am tired of this ethnic obsession we have in this country. I am so sick of hearing about your ethnicity. I am not concerned with it. I'm not impressed with it. You know, I have a lot of ethnic pride. Do you really? Die in a fire. I don't care. I have none. I'm Irish. I'm not self-hating Irish. I don't dislike other Irish people. But I'm sorry, I don't automatically feel connected to someone just because their grandparents also had sex in a field during a potato famine. It's irritating. People are just, we're all frightened. It's a lonely, awful world. We're floating around like a bunch of amoebas looking for anything to connect to, and ethnicity is just one more thing. Oh, are you Irish? Me too. I just don't care about it. You know who else is Irish? Colin Farrell. He's a millionaire who bangs models. I have to fly to Rio to pick up affordable prostitutes. What connection do we possibly have? And I'm not saying all ethnic things are awful. I love the Puerto Rican Day Parade, because you know where they all are. I was actually down south recently. I spent some time in Dallas, and I went to Dealey Plaza, where JFK was shot. Has anybody ever been to Dealey Plaza? It's really chilling, because it looks exactly the way it looked in the Zapruder film, except for the fact that the Stemmons Freeway sign is gone, and they have painted a white X in the road where Kennedy got shot. At least I hope they did that after, because if that was there the day of the assassination... Somebody really dropped the ball. You know? Like the motorcade's coming. And because traffic is very busy on Dealey Plaza, so people will actually do this. When there's a red light, people run out and stand on the X and get their photos taken. And you stand by watching this thinking, you morbid tourist jizz bucket. You know, until it's your turn to run out and have your photo taken. And you create some kind of, you know, legitimate reason. Well, I'll show my children. And of course, it's embarrassing because people are looking at you. So you're trying to look like you're having a historic, like, reflective moment. You know, my God. But of course, my stupid friends are there, so I have to start screwing off, you know. I even did a little Jackie. And I almost had the greatest moment of my life in Dealey Plaza. Because I walk off the X. Some stupid woman runs out, and her husband is kind of fumbling with the camera. And I guess she didn't realize that traffic is still busy on Dealey Plaza. She's standing there, and a car is headed towards her. And I go, let it happen. And her stupid husband obviously had no insurance on her. You know, he's like, honey, you know, and she got out of the way. But how great would that have been? 2 people killed on that X. John F. Kennedy and some dumb bitch from Connecticut. Thanks a lot, everybody. You guys were very good.
Thank you. Jim Norton. Jim Norton. Judy Gold, live.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, Jimmy, thank you. That was a great set.
Thanks,
and,
Colin.
Jim, I mean, obviously you're hilarious. No one's questioning your comedy. It's brilliant, funny. But how much did I want to kick your pretentious demand for a stool before you came on? When Bill Cosby, they came backstage to me, they go, Jim wants a stool. I said, oh, is Cosby coming on? No, Jim wants a stool. This ass calls for a stool and then puts us water. At least if you sat down and we could look at you as a pompous, reflective idiot trying to solve the problems of life. Sir?
I don't like the fact that the older you get, the more you look like Mr. Roper. That really is beginning to irritate me. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Patrice O'Neal, Keith Robinson, and Rich Voss coming up next on Tough Crowd Stands Up. Break it.
This next man has been a thorn in the side of the white man since he first ventured out of the projects at age 12. Please welcome hilarious guy, Mr. Patrice O'Neal, everybody.
thought I was Ruben Studdard or something. Everybody's getting the same. Fantastic. So we're gonna start with, I really miss SARS. I really hate to see it go, man. I really was happy watching Chinese people walking around, not trying to cough. You know. But I just love watching Chinese people get the pressure applied, looking at them like waiting for them to cough. You know, when you was working with them, you was just looking on this. If he cough. If this Chinese dude coughs, it was just fantastic, because every other disease they blame on black people. I can't get enough of it. I'm watching TV, monkeypox, and they was doing, it's some magical disease, white people breaking out with this, and so I'm looking, and they doing the report, and they show a composite sketch of some rat from Africa, which means he's black, and they drew it. First of all, I'm like, how do you know the difference between some black rat and some rat from the Bronx? That's the Puerto Rican hat. So they might as well drew a hat backwards, and so this is the monkeypox culprit. Watch out for the dirty black rat, and then it attacked. Now, white people don't really have an animal representative of themselves. But if you was to think of a few, one would be a bald eagle and the other would be a prairie dog, and that's what it attacked. So it's almost just like a newscast. Be on the lookout for some rat. He bit some poor defenseless prairie dog just watching the game and stole his wallet and bit him in the shoulder and gave him... I'm watching this bug show with the locusts, man. The black locusts from Africa. Watch out for the black locusts. Africanized. That's what they call it. Africanized. Big black locusts. Watch out, because they eat up all the crops and they don't tip. And watch out. Watch out for the locusts. And y'all know about the monkey. Monkey got charged up with all kinds of the monkey, AIDS, or Ebola. I'm not even really scared of AIDS anymore. I mean, because how can you with Magic? You see Magic Johnson? He looks fantastic. I can't be afraid. He looks wonderful. He's had AIDS for 15 years. What kind of AIDS he got? The good kind? He's been opening movie theaters and Starbucks for the last 15 years. I want that kind of AIDS. Give me that. Make me a better entrepreneur. I need that. Patrice, you got AIDS. Good. I want to open a trucking company because... Oh, this crowd is tough. Look at how Chinese people didn't laugh at that. But the black people and the Chinese people rode. Y'all was laughing at the thing, right? But they couldn't even... That's young girls for you, boy. Young girls do that. Y'all, the only thing good about young girls, y'all young girls. You know, y'all young. Y'all look delicious. You know? But other than that... And they getting bigger, too, man, these young broads, man. Damn, you see them? With this, I think it's stuff they put in the chicken and all that stuff, all that, you know what I mean? They walking around big. I saw this woman walking down the street. I was like, damn, you fine. How old are you? She was like, 4. Oh, my God. I said, you got some nice titties for 4. Hey, look, I gotta go, man. Y'all take care. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Patrice O'Neal. Oh, God, that was good. Patrice O'Neal, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks a lot.
Come on, no,
Thank you.
Don't try to leave
Thank you, Colin.
Don't try to leave with no banter.
Thank you, Colin.
Don't try to leave with no banter.
You want banter?
I just want to say one.
Why does Colin stand like he is a all-star black basketball player? I'm really fed up, man.
You've seen me play. Be honest, my game.
Your bad white legs. They're awful. When you stop, he's trying to stand like this because he's cool. But it's really he got a bad knee, but he's, you know.
If we played one-on-one, first, all the pressure would be on you.
Yeah, I know, and I'll take the pressure and beat you senselessly.
Now listen to me. Let me explain something else.
Matter of fact, you can recruit 4 other middle-aged Irish white dudes, and I'll beat them by myself. That's true. That is true.
I'll see you later, man. Give me that mic, please.
Keep Robinson, Rich Voss, and more of Colin Quinn when Tough Crowd Stands Up continues.
This next man is a hilarious comic, but he wears more ugly sweaters than a Brighton Beach Christmas party.
Please welcome Keith Robinson, everybody.
This damn place. Yeah. Oh. Look at that. Black folks, how you doing? Black folks? Look at white people looking around. Where they at? Where they at? White people go to places and look for black people like they look for fire exits. Okay, there's two over there. One in the corner. We can get out. It's cool. We can get out. Oh, man, look at everybody here, coupled off, everybody, the couples, ladies with all that confidence when you go on a date. All women have confidence because they actually believe in their mindset if they do something with us sexually, it's a treat for us. A treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. This girl had nerve to tell me a few months back, look, if you play your cards right, you may get lucky. Hell you mean I may get lucky? Well, I'm going to rub your titty, your genie going to pop out of your ass? What the hell are you talking about? But fellas, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Women been taught since childhood that they were special down there. That's right. We never got the penis pep talk, but they did. They got the vagina pep talk. The parents told them when they were little girls, that's special. Don't you let nobody touch it. It's special. Nobody touch it. Special. Some dirty little boy try to touch you down there, you smack the hell out of him. And you tell him, no, this is special. Huh? Fellas, we never got that. Our parents never got us in the living room. Son, come on in here. Pull it out. You see that? That's special. Don't you let nobody touch it. Some little girl or a priest try to touch you down there. You tell them, no, this is special. If we believe that, fellas, we wouldn't have to pay for nothing on first dates. Girl, pay your own check. Mine's just as good as yours. That's what I try to teach my son, man. I'm going to talk about my son. That's what I try to teach him, how to be, how to roll. His name is Little Keith, and that's the way it should be. Big Keith, Little Keith. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Don't let your wife, girlfriend pimp you to name your son somebody else's damn name. My son's mom, she wanted me to name my son after who she fantasized about having a son with. Well, I think we should name him Denzel. What the hell? Damn. You better go sleep with Denzel, then. That's my son. I don't do homework and put someone else's name on it. That's bullshit. Take your time. Think about that. Take your time. And I'm rough with my son. I'm rough with him. Most men are. Most men are rough with their sons because we're stupid. Because we think if we rough with them, they won't be gay. That's our mindset. I used to walk in out of nowhere and just tackle my son. Get up. He's looking, what the hell is your problem? You know what got me out of all that tough guy stuff, man? My son was 5 years old. Got him a little Batman outfit, full Batman outfit. Boots, tights, Batman stuff. You know what I mean? He running around the house, you know. But little kids are clumsy. He ended up running right into a coffee table. Ooh, my son, man, he started crying, tears in his eyes, you know. And like any good dad, I laughed at his ass, right? Because it was so funny to see Batman cry like that. What's wrong, Batman? crusader can't take a coffee table? Little boys are perverts too, man. You gotta realize that you can't leave them by themselves for more than a minute. I'm telling you, let my son wash up. Go ahead, boy, wash up. 30 seconds later, I hear, it burns, it burns. Like, damn, open the bathroom door. What's going on, boy? I put toothpaste on my penis. I'm like, and see that, right? My boy, why would you do that? I want it to be minty fresh. That made sense to me, man. I'll put some on mine later on that night. I did, man. I told his mom to come brush her teeth. I'm lying, man. She can't stand me, man. Hate my damn guts. Hate me. Had a nerve to call child support on me. We live in the same damn house. I hear her and a woman on the phone. Where's he located? His ass in the kitchen right now. He's in the kitchen. She got me because I was cheating a little bit, man. She was just jealous, though, too. She was real jealous. Yeah, a little jealous woman, just jealous as hell. I couldn't do nothing. She used to weigh my balls before I left the house. It was... Hey, baby, I'm going to the store. Put them on the scale. You're right. So y'all laughing, the lady's like, wait a minute, that's a good idea. You know what the hell he's talking about. Write that down, write it down. And ladies, I tell you this, man, if you got an abusive man, leave him. If he's abusive, leave him. Yeah. Leave his ass. Yeah, leave him. Black women they be playing around. Oh, I wish a man would put his damn hands on me. What'd he do? What'd he do? But if you got an abuse, just leave it. Women, y'all all got that same excuse. You know, he wasn't like this when we first met. Who the hell is? Who's actually like that when you first meet him? What's up, girl? My name is Keith. That's how it's gonna be from now on. I want you. Thanks a lot, folks. Y'all take care, man. Yeah.
Oh, Keith Robinson.
Oh,
Keith
yeah.
Robinson.
What's up, baby?
Oh, baby. That's it. Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Why you pick on my sweaters, man?
They just actually felt bad. They're like, oh, okay, because that looks decent. It's not some amazing outfit, let's be honest. Well, I dressed... I'm just being honest. That's... Gotta come. He's from Philly. It's King of Prussia Mall, the nicest store, but...
Philly, that's right. Ain't nothing wrong with Philly.
I just feel that Philly is one of those places that, you know, thinks it's a... Somebody told them they were a city when they should have just said we're a really cool town instead of a really bad city. Well, because there's only like, what is that? There's only like 500 people in all of Philly, let's be honest.
We got good fighters in Philly, though, don't we?
They do have good boxers,
Good boxers,
true.
that's what we do.
Hopkins.
And I will knock your ass out right on this stage.
Oh,
no problem.
Keith Robinson, everybody.
Coming up next, Rich Voss, when Tough Crowd Stands Up returns.
This next guy actually flew in, especially for this performance. He's got a new show called Third Comic Standing.
Please welcome a great comic, Rich Voss, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. Thank you. Let's have a big hand for all of my opening acts tonight. Love these kids. What a weird day today. I felt Canadian today. I guess the reason why is last night a good friend of mine got in a fight and I didn't help him. Why are you groaning? Canada stinks, okay? And so does France. Any French people here? France stinks, okay? They stink. Let me tell you something. The French didn't want to help us, okay? I say we get even with them. We cut the ear off the Statue of Liberty and mail it to them, okay? Some more body parts every few days. I am so tired. Can you notice? Can you tell? I did not sleep last night. I had a mouse in my room last night, this big. I could not get off the bed. I was frozen, this big. I reached over, I grabbed the phone, I called the 24-hour rodent place. I started screaming, I go, I got a mouse in my house. They go, who's this, Dr. Seuss, right? The lady said, calm down, the mouse is more scared of you than you are of him. I'm like, what? I can't get off the bed and he's in the kitchen making sandwiches, okay? My biggest fear in the world are rats. They're my biggest fear. I hate them. Can you imagine a rat running up your pant leg? I hate them, all right? And I hate pit bulls. I hate them. They're not even dogs. They're weapons, okay? I dread the day I'm walking down the street and a pit bull comes running at me with a rat on his back going like that. That's my biggest fear. Look how hot these girls are. You single? Are you really? I got a car. I can't meet a girl. I cannot meet a girl. I went on like Match.com to meet a girl on a website. I swear to God. And I'm reading all their profiles. Everyone says they like hiking. They all like hiking. How come whenever I date a girl, I can't get her to go to the kitchen and get me a drink, okay? But on a date, she wants to cross the Northwest Passage. I'm the kind of guy that dates a girl, right? And I see her like 5 years later, and she thanks me for getting sober. Right? I was like her bottom. Right? Oh, thank you. Since you, I haven't cried during sex or cut myself. See, my dream girl for me is a girl with asthma. I like a girl with asthma. A girl with, right? As she's going south on you. That's right, baby. Take it all. And here's a little tip, too, ladies. When you're doing that, right, after we complete, stop. It hurts. All right? Mission accomplished. All right? When you're done with a popsicle, you don't eat the stick, do you? All right? And don't kiss me either. Brush your teeth. What's wrong with you? Get out of the car. I'm divorced. Any divorced folks here? One guy in the back. How old are you? You're like 12. How could you be divorced? Divorce sucks. Let me tell you, after 5 years of marriage, for me, it is devastating to have the person with a good credit move out. Right? I remember the day my ex-wife told me she was leaving. I'm watching football, and she walks in and says, we got to talk. I'm like, oh, no. She said, you're selfish, self-centered, show no affection, you're not responsible, I want a divorce. I was so relieved because I thought she wanted me to turn off the game. Stop. Stop. What country are you from? India. Are you from India for real? Get out of here. You know, I bought a pair of real screwed up sandals. You live here now, huh? It's great. You don't have to walk down to the river to do your laundry. Oh, loosen up. Please. Big babies. You want poetry? Go to Soho. So I'm divorced. I got kids. My 13-year-old, she is so wise. I don't know where they get it from. The other day, I was telling my 10-year-old, I go, clean your room. Clean your room before I tell your mother. My 13-year-old said, you're the father, you deal with it. I go, you know what? You're just like your mom. She goes, no, I'm not, because I could still tolerate you. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you.
Rich Voss, everybody, Rich Voss.
What's happening? Sitting up here right now, I feel like we're like Hall & Oates on the reunion tour right now. We are just two middle-aged zeros dressed in... These kids should be wearing these outfits. Look at it. This is nice, huh? Hugo Voss. My own clothing
Hugo
line.
Voss.
Coming up next, Colin Quinn and the entire cast of Tough Crowd Stands Up. This.
Well, let's say goodnight. Well, let's bring out all our lovely stand-ups. Hopefully they can smile for you. You guys were a great crowd. Thank you very much. Oh, here we go. Come on now. Thank you very much, and I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking for all these people. Now, I guarantee you can lie all you want. That's the first standing O I ever got, and these sons of bitches either. You shut up. Shut up. None of you did. You got forced ones like, you know, this was a real one. This one. He goes like this one. All right. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Guys.